We are live.
Hey guys, are you excited? We are because today we're going to talk to you about using Facebook as a crafter. And we're going to try to answer a lot of your questions. So you might have been using Facebook for a really long time and not realize you have some of these questions, but we're
Using
to answer
Facebook
them.
as
Hold
a
on, guys. I'm
crafter.
sure that's
And
my
we're going
fault.
to try to
There we go. Better. Sorry, I had a window open. So maybe we should teach me how to use Google Hangout.
I thought it was me too.
It was me. So the idea behind today's show is I'm going to put Melody through her paces because she's good at this stuff. I'm like always asking Melody how to do stuff. So what we want you guys to do in the chat, I'm in the chat monitoring, reading everything you say. We want you to ask questions. What I might ask you guys to do is kind of ask questions on the topic we're on so we don't kind of bounce around, because I know you guys have questions. We have this big old list. I'll show you. We've got this list of things to kind of keep us on track. So let's ask questions on the topic and just keep rolling. What do you think about that, Mel? You think that'll help?
Yes. And you have to keep me on track.
I will. My job is to keep Melody on track. So that's what I'm here for today. So everybody sign into we got a lot of folks in the chat right now. How many are watching so far? Can you tell?
41.
Good deal. All right. So Melody, why do I want to use Facebook? Why would I want to use it in my crafty life?
It helps so much. It is a way to talk to other people who also craft. I don't know where I'd be without Facebook, which sounds crazy, but I've made friends through Facebook. It is a way to share projects. It's a way to easily do it without, as just a crafter, you can share your projects privately in groups with other crafters without having to have a blog and learning all that and stuff. You can instantly post pictures and it makes it really easy. And you can also, your family or friends who are not crafty, they don't see it. So that's one.
We're going to talk today. Here's some of the topics we're going to hit on so you guys will know. We're going to talk about a tiny bit about how to set up your account. If you're here, you may already know how to set up an account. We're just going to kind of tell you like a little bit about that. But we're going to talk about what your profile page is. We're going to talk about what pages are, what groups are. I'm even going to get you guys, I'm going to get you, Melody, to talk about events, what an event is. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you can manage your groups, how you can be a good group member, all these kind of things. And for me, for Facebook, what I love with it, and I'm just going to break this down. I know we're on YouTube right now, but I don't have a way on YouTube to get messages to you guys super fast. I wish we did, but in order for us to give our YouTube viewers messages, we'd have to film a video, edit it, and upload it. Like, that's the only real way to do that. So I love having you guys in my groups, because then, like, let's say, like today, for example, my video is going to be late. I'm running late today. So I can post in there, hey guys, don't worry, the video's coming. And if you're a member of one of my groups, you'll know that, and you won't be wondering, did May fall off the face of the earth, right? So that's one reason I love for my subscribers to also be Facebookers, because right now I don't have the option to get to you quickly on YouTube. Do you agree with that, Melody?
Yes, that is really important. It's like instant communication with our friends and crafters.
And it's not just Facebook. We may end up doing an Instagram and a Twitter version of this, but if you follow us on Instagram, we're able to put a message out there quick. If you follow us on Twitter, you just never know, especially like a lot of people, and we're going to talk about this, how to get notifications when we go live on Facebook, because you might have noticed a lot of people are kind of going to the Facebook Live versus the Periscope. But the reason for that is because, and we'll talk about this, we can really funnel to our viewers and not have a bunch of trolls in the room saying terrible things and us having to keep them out. So we're going to talk about, that. And like, if you follow us on all our socials, we're able to say to you, hey, we're going live on Facebook in this many minutes. Head over there and get ready. So anyway, I got a question I'll answer in a second. We're going to start with Melody, and we're going to say the first question is, how do I set up an account? So maybe just run through that real briefly. We're not going to get in detail on that one because I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
To set up an account, you just go to facebook.com. If you don't have an account It'll say, it's really big, it says sign in. I can't show you that on my screen because my phone number is automatically in there and I don't want that in the video. But you just fill out your name, your phone number or email. You don't have to have your phone number. And you repeat that to make sure it's correct. And then you make a password, and it asks you if you're male, female, and when your birth date is. And some people I know, like years ago, my mom was afraid to put her real birthday, so she changed it, like put it a few days different. If you don't want people to know your birthday, you don't have to put your correct birthday, but you need to remember it because in case you lose your password or something, it's a way to get back in.
So talk about keeping my, so I'm this person, Melody. I'm not. You guys know everything about me. So I'm going to pretend like I'm this person. I'm this crafter who doesn't like that I feel left out because stuff's going on Facebook, okay, because that does happen. I want to be a part of Facebook, but I don't approve of Facebook. I don't want all my personal life out there. How can I set up a Facebook account that's just for crafting?
You can set up your name, your account with a nickname. You don't have to use your correct name. Facebook used to say you have to use your correct name. Now they say have changed that and you can use a nickname. Whatever people call you, you can use that as your name. You can set it up as private. You don't have to accept your real friends and family. They don't need, if you don't want them to know any information and you're just here for crafting, you don't have to friend them. If, you know, they're probably not even going to find you if you don't use your correct name and things like that. And you can also block people from asking you to be your friend. There's all kinds of settings that you can change and you can be, it can be totally private.
Okay, you mentioned earlier that, correct me if I'm wrong about this, like we can have it we can have it personal for friends, we can have it personal for family, like we can set up who can access us, like we have all that control.
Yeah, anything we post, we can make it be public or friends only. So only the people we have accepted as friends, and you have to accept friends. If they ask you to be a friend, you have to accept them. If you don't accept them, they don't know you didn't accept them, for one. And they won't see anything you post. But you can have each post be public, private, only you, or friends and or friends of friends. So if maybe you want to expand and make more friends, maybe you will let the friends of your friends also see the post. And we can show you all that too. And you can set up your whole account to be private, so it's automatically private, or you can do it for each post.
I want to mention something that Jean just said, and I really like this idea, but I want to clarify something first. She says, that's a great idea. I will make a new account just for crafting. I want to talk about this real quick. If you make a new account and then you go and try to sign up for some groups that you might have already been a member of, they may not approve you right away or at all because it's a new account and it looks like it might be a spam account. So here's what I suggest. Before you do that, maybe go into the group or whatever and message an admin or message the person who owns the group and let them know you're doing that so they can know to approve you once you have a clean slate account. Because we look at that as admins, and we'll talk about what admins do, but we look at that to keep the spammers out, because you guys, if we didn't, we would have so many people out there trying to sell you sunglasses and Sharpie spam us and all this kind of stuff. So you do want to maybe contact an admin or contact a person. Like you can message me or message Melody, and we'll talk about how that works too. Because sometimes we don't see your messages, and we want to talk to you about that. Because I'm afraid people think that we are ignoring you, and we're not. We'll talk to you about what I call the black hole of messages. I always say that, but we will talk about that. All right, the next thing, let's stay on topic. So are there any questions before we move on? Are there any questions about not letting everybody see it? Not, oh, here's one thing. While you guys are asking questions about privacy, let's do that. We'll go like, this topic will be privacy. So while you ask that question, let's do this. Also, when you set up your account, don't allow Facebook to use your contacts. Like what it'll do is it'll go into your contacts that's on your computer, to your email address, books, anything like that. And it'll, like, if I'm not mistaken, it'll let everybody know, hey, so-and-so's new to Facebook. Go say hello and be friends with them. So tell it no. I never let it do that because I have way too many people in my email contact list. I'm like, no, don't mess with my contacts. Agree, Melody?
Yes. Yeah, it sends too many. And if you want to be private, it won't be private.
Hummingbird Haven Ministries ask, do you set these settings up on the app or the web?
I think either one.
If it were me, I would use the web base to set
Yeah.
up, because to me it's easier.
Yeah, I think the computer's much easier to use it.
Mm-hmm.
For settings and things like that. I like to see it all and make sure my fat fingers aren't hitting other buttons.
It's so frustrating. Sometimes with the app won't do everything the website can do. So when you're setting up your account, I would certainly use the web for that first. Plus there's some features on the web you don't have on the app. So use the web first. I think that's the best way to go.
Also, you don't have to put your picture. It asks for a profile picture. I suggest you do upload a picture of some kind if you can. Like maybe of a craft project you did, of a card you made, or, you know, it can be the sunset. It can be anything. But I suggest to have a picture, because when people are asking to come in my groups, if they're a new account and they don't have a picture, I go to their page, and if I don't see anything that is crafty or anything, and I don't know their name, I'm probably not going to let them in, because some people try to spam and things like that, and I don't want them in. So like May said, if you if you message me or email, you know, whatever, if you can contact me and say, hey, this is so-and-so, can you let me in your group? I will definitely let you in.
PJ says, is it me who can't see anything? Can anyone else see? Are we having any trouble with you guys seeing us? If not, maybe PJ, you might need, because you came in early, and I know this sounds crazy, you might need to go out and come back in. Sometimes that happens. Jean wants to know, how about flying monkeys, Melody? LOL. For her picture.
I don't, oh, the picture of flying monkeys. Yeah. That might scare people away.
Hey, Crayola Attack says, I love having crafty business page to keep my personal stuff private.
Yeah.
That's where I messed up, because I didn't do that. I did May Helms. Then I did all my crafty stuff too, and I should have probably never had a May Helms thing, or I should have made it private, because really it just confuses people. And at this point too, I want to say this. I don't know about you, Melody, but I'm to the point where I'm not accepting friends on my May Helms account anymore, because it's just too many. You can imagine, because we're on YouTube, we get a lot of people that we automatically assume, oh, I'll just go friend you on Facebook and then I can follow everything you do. When in reality, I rarely post on my May stuff. I do it in my group, on my page, etc., things like that. So if you sent me a friend request and you've not been accepted, it's just because I'm just not accepting them over there. I'm not even accepting like family friends, because I never use that. Rarely I do.
Okay, so. And for me, I have stopped accepting friends, because Facebook only allows you to have 5,000, and I have 4,700. And I just looked at this yesterday. I have 1,001 friend requests. And when you try to friend request me, it just doesn't let you. It says I have too many requests, and it's just too much for me. But you can follow me, and I'm different than May. I use my page a lot, and I have it for my personal page and for crafting. It's all one. I think more of my friends now are crafty, and I don't see so much of the others. I don't know if they've turned off my notifications or what, but I use Facebook mostly for crafting. And you can follow us. If you go to our page and you can't become our friend, you can click on follow. So you can see.
The other thing, like, I want to clarify, I do use Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't post on my May Helms profile. What I do is I go to my page, which we're going to talk about what a page is. I go to my groups. You know, I post all the time. I just don't post my crafty stuff on my May Helms, which is kind of like my personal. Let's say it was my personal, and then I have my business. So I don't want you to think, she's not accepting me, I'm not going to be able to follow her. I don't put anything on that. If you want to follow me, the best thing is to join a group.
Yeah.
To like my page. Let's do this real quick. Let's talk about this. We know what our profile page is. We just said that. Melody has a profile page. I have a profile page. Now let's talk about what a fan page is, or a business page. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Should I show them your page? I can share my screen.
Sure. So Melody's going to share we call this a fan page because I don't really know what else to call it, but the reason it's a fan page is because it's a place you can kind of just go and like us and then keep up with us. It's almost like a running newsletter or something. That's, it's like we constantly post what we're doing now, what videos just went up. Like if you have a hard time getting notifications on YouTube, which by the way, I'm glad I thought about this. If this is your first time to one of our How to Social Medias, we have one about YouTube. We will link it in this description for sure. This will go on the playlist. So we'll have these 2 social medias for you. So you guys will be able to see exactly what we're talking about YouTube notifications. But this way, let's say you don't get YouTube notifications, you can like our fan page and get notifications whenever we go live. So tell us what you're looking at, Mel.
Okay, so can you guys see this?
We can.
I am on, I need to actually get to it. I'm looking at my screen. I am on May Made It's page. So this is like her fan page. The first thing you do when you go to May Made It or Melody Lane Designs page, you click like if you don't already. So I can unlike it. So this is what it will look like. And then I can click like. And that just means I like it. And I might get some of her posts. I won't get them all. One way to get them all is to click on the following. I want to, instead of default, I want to see first. So when I go to my home page, which has all of our posts that we see, and I'll show you that in a minute, we're going to see her post. Otherwise, you don't really see all of her posts unless you go to her page. And sometimes if you can't find it, you just type up in here in the search. Like I just typed May Made It.
So type, can we go to your page? So you're just now clicking into your Facebook. You're going to type in Melody Lane Designs. And at this point, you're searching for her page.
So this is product services.
And the same thing, you'll want to like her page.
Right. But I don't have that on mine because I own this page. So you're seeing the back end of a page. So this is what your page will look like if you own it.
Like she's signed into her page, if that makes sense. Right. So she can do her editing and her uploading and all that kind of stuff. That's why you don't see the like option, because she's seeing it as an owner, not as a viewer.
Right.
So here's a question before it gets too long. I mean, too far away from me. It says, if you have a private and fan page, are there separate logins or are the 2 pages connected in your account?
They are connected. And you can have more than one fan page. You can also have a shop page, like right down here in the left-hand side. Oh, someone's following me. Are they watching the video?
Yes.
Brian Sutton is following me. Thank you. Okay, you can click shop. And where you can sell things. This is one thing you can do as a crafter. If you wanted to get into selling, you can sell right on Facebook. I'm going to hit cancel because I'm not going to sell anything right here. But you can add things to your shop and things like that. This is another reason to use Facebook.
You also might have noticed on my page, when she was on my page, I have a little shop button. You click that shop button, it takes you to my store. Like shop. See where it says shop now in blue right there on the right?
Yeah, right here. So
yeah. So it'll take you to my store. So if you're looking for that, that's another way to find it.
Can I also do something really quick in your store? Every video that I use your glue, people ask me where the glue is. So here is how I find the glue. I know this is off topic. I type in glue in the search and look, there's the glue.
And there's one sold, but it's all coming back. So there we go. That's the question. Also, Mel, click on one of those glues because I get this question. I'm just going to answer it real quick. It'll be so fast. If you scroll up on that product page, do you see that video right there? I answer almost every question you can have about it right there. All you have to do is click that and watch that video, and I teach you how to install the video. Yep. Thank you for doing that.
Uh-huh.
All right. So let me look at questions while you kind of maneuver back. Is it free to use to sell stuff from your own page?
I think it is.
I think so too. I wonder if they get a commission or something. I don't know.
I haven't done it, but I think it is, but I'm not positive. There might be a fee for different things, but I know a lot of people sell straight from their page. Just just from their personal profile page, they post a picture and a price, and people message them on payment and shipping and stuff. Like just,
they changed something about that you can't do. Let me think what that is. We can't do that on our business page, right? We have to have the shop to sell things on our business page.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember about that, but if you do it wrong, they're going to just give you a warning. You know, they'll let you know.
Right. There's also for sale groups too. Or that you can start a group to sell, but we'll go into that in groups.
Renee Hino says, yes, it's free.
Okay.
So that's good. All right, so that is what a fan page is. So why do you want to go like our fan pages? Because you can keep up with us that way, right? That's just another way to do it. So go like those.
Right.
What you want to say?
Your own, you can click right here. I'm clicking on more, and you can share it. We love it when you share our stuff, let's just say. And you could save it, and there's a place where you can see all your saved things. You can create a page. So if you want your own page, you can create a page. And you can like as your page. I just did this yesterday. May made it. So I clicked this, and I liked it as my Melody Lane Designs page. Likes May made it.
I need to go do that to you. That's cute. I like that.
Okay. Are there any other questions, or what are we going to next?
There is a question, but I'm not sure. Okay. Sandy Plaza says, we need a business page, ? For selling. I think no. I think you can sell. I know you can sell through the marketplace, which we might talk about in a few minutes. You can also, like Mel just showed you, you can sell from that page. But I do think you can just put stuff like, now only your friends will see it. You won't be marketing to anybody else. But I think so.
Yeah, and in groups you can set things up, and you can put prices and stuff too. And that's free.
Candy says she just went to my Mammy Made It Facebook page. It doesn't have a follow button.
Are you on the app or on the computer?
Yeah, it could be the browser you're using. Sometimes. I don't know why it does that.
I'm using Chrome, just so we know.
Yeah. Chrome 99.9% of the time now. It is awesome. All right, so here's a question I think is a good one because we're on the page topic. Is there a way to organize all the different pages? Thanks, Terry.
Hear myself. Is there an echo?
No, we're good. I think in the drop down, is there a place up there in your little drop down to organize pages? I know you can groups, and we'll talk about that.
When I click here, you can have favorite. Like I have my page right here.
So you can organize. See where it says pages underneath there, that little heading?
Yeah.
I think if you, click on more beside pages. And this is going to give you like options for putting things where you want it and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Did it? I think so too. You just don't have many pages in there.
No.
All right, let me see if there's any more questions. There is an echo. But is it gone now? Because I don't hear the echo.
I only heard it when I was talking. I don't hear it anymore.
Okay. Lupe says, what's the difference of creating a page and creating a group? Let's go to groups next. Before we do that, let's ask any more page questions you might have, and then we'll head to groups, because I think we're going to be in groups for a while. Don't you think? Okay, the echo's gone. Any more page questions? I love how our subscribers are so helpful. I really do. It's like I can just ask a question, y'all just answer. I love it. Thank you.
Before we go to groups, can we go up to the top to these to explain what these things are at the top row?
You're in charge, girl. You go.
Well, if you click on your name, you get your page. So this is like my personal profile page. See, I was advertising this video we're doing right now. And then this is the home. When you click on home, this shows, I hope no one cares that they're seeing my this is what my friends have posted. People that I follow have posted, some in groups, and other things that just friends have posted in and outside of groups. And then this is friend request. So this is all my friend request. You can delete friend request. You can find friends. And then when you click here, you confirm friends. And then this is messaging. And we can go into more of the messaging later. But this is something I always had to call my mom. I wanted to send her a picture privately, so I sent it in a message. So that's what this is. And then up here is notifications. So whenever somebody tags me or they comment on something I posted, I get a notification. And we'll go more into notifications later too, on how, if you want to turn off notifications or turn on notifications and things like that.
Hey, real quick, I missed this and I want to make sure I go back and fix this. Erin asked, is there a way to get one-on-one lessons on the Cricut? I'm struggling because I teach, because I'm tech illiterate and Cricut illiterate. I do one-on-one lessons, and if you want to message me, I can tell you the details about that. I don't know, Melody, I don't know, do you do one-on-one lessons?
I don't really, I don't in person. In my Cricut groups, I do help out, and other people help out when you have questions on certain things.
And I wanted to answer that because Bernice mentioned that on your new, it's not, I guess it's a month old now, but on your page, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane, her group, you can be adopted by more experienced users. So they're doing kind of an adopted thing. And I want to make sure I cleared that up. And when we get to talking about groups, well, there's Melody's group. We'll talk to you about how to join groups and things like that. But if you do want private instruction, I do that. You just need to contact me. I do it in-house, and I'll also do it online. That's something new I'm doing. So there you go. All right, so Melody, you ready to talk groups? Because that's going to be where the questions are, I think.
Yes.
All right, so what is a group?
Well, there's different kinds of groups. There's closed groups, and I want to go over what a closed group is, because when I first started my group, someone was asking me questions. I say, well, you should join my Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane group. She said she was going to, but it said closed. So she thought it was over, like the store is closed. Closed means that other people outside the group cannot see what you post. This is good because you can post, if you made a Christmas present for somebody in your family, you don't want to post it on your own page, they'll see it. But you can post it in the group. Or you want to share a craft you've done, you can share it in the group. And nobody else can see that. If none of your friends and family are crafty, they don't want to see all that. You can do all that in the group. Or you can ask questions that you may be afraid to ask publicly. You can ask in the group. And there's secret groups. Secret groups you have to be invited to. Like I have a secret group for the people who support me on Patreon. I need their email they use for Facebook to add them to the group. You can't find it by searching. That's a secret group. And then there's public groups that anybody can see anything you post. If you have not joined a public group, you cannot post or comment, but you can see it. So most of the crafting groups are all closed groups, and that's what they mean. Just so people outside the group can't see what you're posting.
Okay, so I would ask this question if I were a viewer today. So why would you have a closed crafting group? I have an answer to that. I'm sure you do too.
Okay. Well, just so other people can't see, I don't know, so they can't see what you're posting maybe.
Here's why I have a closed crafting group. If you don't have a closed group, you get trolls, and you get people that come in and they spam you, or they try to put up, they try to sell things, or just any number of things. So we have a closed group. So when you come to that group, we try to keep it as safe as possible. As you know, the people you're talking to are crafters just like you are. It drives me insane what we have to do to avoid trolls. But we do have to do that. So that's why it's a closed group, or that's why my groups are closed.
Yeah.
A couple of things while we're talking about, okay, so what is a group? So I want to say this real quick. In my opinion, here's what a group is. It's kind of like a funnel down search. Like if you look at Melody's group and the name of her group is Cricut Design Space Facebook group with Melody Lane. You know, if you go to that group, the topic there is Cricut Design Space or things Cricut, right? So it's like, that's the deal. Now, if you have, say, a Brother Scan and Cut and you want to look for that kind of group, they are out there.
Yes.
Let's say you have a cuddle bug, or let's say your favorite thing to do is make embellishments. There are embellishment groups out there. You'll be so surprised how many groups. Maybe you're just a card maker or you like swaps. They're all out there for you. All you have to do is search for them. Speaking of that, Melody, since we're talking about groups, show us how to find groups. Like, I didn't talk about my group. I have a group called May May Made It and So Did I. And this is where you share your things that you're making, either inspired by me or not. So let's talk about how to find a group.
Okay. How do I get rid of the Zoom?
What happened? Squeeze. Can you squeeze on your keypad? Did that happen when you?
I didn't. It was my mouse.
Squeeze on your mouse.
I just clicked it.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to look for everything May May Made It. Oh, I just typed in May May.
Yeah.
And there's her page. There's her group. We can see it's a closed group. So let's click on that. And oh, can I leave the group?
Yep.
And you can, so we can see
I'll
what
it's like. I'll let you back in.
Okay, so when you go to a group and you're not a member, this is what it looks like. Here's all my friends. I have a lot of friends in your group, May May.
Yes, you do.
These are all my friends. Okay, I'm trying to scroll down to admins. Okay, and then here are the admins to her group. And then here are other members who are not my friends. Not that I don't want them to be my friends, they're just not. Okay, so I'm gonna.
But what Melody's seeing is what you would see if you were not a group member. That's what you would see if you had not joined the group.
Right, so I just clicked on the green button that says join now. So now somebody has to, oh, and look, Tamitha, thank you. She has approved my request to join the group. And it says pending, but I need to refresh my page. And it says up here that Tamitha added me to the group. And I can leave group or click OK. So then this is what I see in her group. Do we want to go over like pinned post and rules and things?
Let's do this first. Okay, so let me look for any questions real fast.
Okay.
Is there an app for a group? There is a Facebook app for managing groups. Yes. There's also a now it's for managing your groups. It's not like, how do I say that? It's not like an app for a specific group, but you can you can see all your groups from the Facebook app. You can also do it for is it Messenger or Pages? Your Pages.
Yeah,
there's a lot of.
There's an app for Pages. There's an app just for groups. There's an app for Messenger, or you can also do it all just from the Facebook app.
All right, let me see what we got here. Barbara Carlson says, it's also great for a member of a closed group, especially if you're using your main Facebook page. That way all your friends and family are not inundated with your craft posts. That's why I use it.
Yes.
Okay, here's Dawn says, I'm an admin of a closed group as well, as we are a small bunch of ladies who don't want to share our conversations with other people so that we can all know when we will be having our crops.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then I'm just checking real quick. I'm a newbie and I wanted to find crafters in my, okay. So Jeanette says, I'm a newbie and I wanted to find crafters in my area and crafting events. That's awesome. Use the search bar for that. That's how you'll find that kind of stuff. All right, so we're kind of caught up. So let's talk now about the group. So a group, we know what it is now, and I've asked to join and I've been approved. What's the first thing I should do, Melody?
Find the rules. Most groups have rules, and if they don't, it's just because they're a really small group of friends. But rules are put in place for reasons, and my reasons are to keep the group fun, to keep it focused, and so more people can learn.
And my rules are because I don't want my content to be anything except what I want it to be. Like, I want it to be my safe content. So we don't allow links, we don't allow videos, we don't allow selling, we don't allow a lot of stuff. And I'm glad Melody's on my page because I use my pinned post. We're going to explain a pinned post in just a second. I use my pinned post for my monthly contest. So my rules are in my files. So you see how at the top of the page, and Melody will show you with her cursor, you've got that little area and you see the word files. If you click on that, you'll see group guidelines. And you want to read those guidelines. This is going to tell you everything you can post, everything you can't post. And in my opinion, it is a new member's responsibility. This is like group etiquette to go read that first. See, they're not very long. We update them as we need to. But please go read that. And I read it on every group I join because I do not want to be a poor group member.
Yes, I do too. Otherwise, you can get kicked out or banned or anything, and you don't even know what you did wrong.
And an example, like in our group is a closed group. We have kind of a 3 strikes policy. We do this because, and y'all don't think we're being rude. Here's what happens. I'm a little bitty group. I have like 6,000 members, but Melody has over 10,000 now, right? So you have that many people. It's just really hard to just constantly beg people to follow the rules. So what we do is it's kind of like my admins keep up. They're like, I've had to tell you this 3 times now, and then it's just we have to let you go because we just can't keep doing that, especially as our group grows. And I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
All right, and then let's see. I have a question, but I think if I answer it right this second, we're going to get. Let me go ahead and get this one answered. Okay, so Lupe says, how about administration? Can we add someone to the group so I can have help by adding people and organizing the page? So Lupe's talking about if she has her own group. That's what I think.
Right, it's what it sounds like. I would not add people to the page unless I ask them first. I get added to many groups, and I'm like, I don't know. I sometimes leave and sometimes I just ignore it, but I don't like to be added to groups without my permission.
Let me talk to you about that real quick too, because I think she's asking a different question that we need to answer, and we need to answer that question too, trying to keep us on track, right?
Yep.
So I think what Lupe's saying is, can I have people help me? Yes. Facebook allows you to add administrators, and you can set their, pretty much you can set their permissions or their roles. Melody's looking at mine right now. You can see who my admins are. You can message them. You can talk to them, and these folks are going to help you out.
And I have seen in groups post, can an admin message me? I think you should go to find the admins and you message them yourself. I don't like to see posts that
show them how to find it.
Okay, so I'm just clicking on members right here. And then there's members and then there's admins. So I click on admins. So I can choose one of these admins to send a message to.
Yep. And in my group, I love it when you guys talk to my admins if they can help you, because there's so many of you now. Jen's Crafting said little bitty group of 6,000. Totally not little bitty. Well, compared to Melody, I'm little bitty. Here's another question. Oh, wait. I want to also go back to what Melody was saying before we get off topic. Adding people to groups. Okay. You totally have the ability to add your friends to the groups you're in. Now, you don't have the ability to approve them. The admins do that. However, as a person like me, I have lots of social media friends, guys. Melody has lots of social media friends. I get added to so many groups every day, and I have to go remove myself from them because I can't keep up with my own groups, let alone all the other groups. Mm-hmm. So don't add people to groups. Here's what you do. Melody's going to show you this. There is a share button on the groups. On every group, every page, everything, there's a share button.
Right here.
So she's going to click on share. So let's say your best friend, Barb, would love May Made It, okay? You click on share and you send a message to her, or put it on your, look how Melody's going to show you these options.
You can put it on your own timeline. If you have lots of crafty friends, do that. You can share on a friend's timeline. So if you want to share it with your sister, you can share it there or in a group. But etiquette is you don't share other groups in other groups without permission.
Correct.
Or share in an event or on a page you manage.
Unless you own those pages and groups.
Right. Right. yeah, if like here, I'll share in my group and I can just type in Cricut and it'll come up Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. And I
Then
can
you type, please go help. Type, please go help poor May May get some.
and I can tag her. When I start to type in a name of a friend, do you see how it comes up in blue with her picture? If I click on that, that tags her, and she will also get notification that I tagged her in a group. And then I just click post. And it says it was successfully shared. So I can go to my group and show you, there it is.
Okay, I was reading the question.
Okay.
I mean, yes, so my response to can I add people is please let them decide on their own. That's what I say. So send them the information, send them the invitation, and then they can decide.
Oh, something else that I don't know if we have in our notes, May, is about watching videos on Facebook and stuff. That was one thing we wanted to share that.
We'll get to that. I'll make a note. Watching vids.
Because some people don't know what links are. And like when you see something like this and you don't see a link, you see May is in blue, so that might be a link, but that just goes to May's page, not her group. When you see something like this, it's a link. You just click it and it brings you right there. Now, if you're not a member, you'll see the green button here that you click to say join. And I can put a link to this in the chat.
Oh, can you? Thank you. Came with a Mel got it for me. Thank you, though. I didn't even think about asking you to do that. Okay. Let's see. I was looking for. Okay, can I do that? No, that was. You can't do it from your iPad. I apologize. I knew better. All right. So back to groups. We've talked about how to join a group, what to do when you first join a group, how to invite your friends to the group. Now let's talk about how to use a group. So you're in the group. Now what do you do? Now, do you want to just kind of browse around and show them around the group?
Let me go to my group because I want to show them how my group is different than your group, how groups are different. And every group is different. They have different people who've started them, unless you're, like I have a craft hoarders group too, but sometimes things are different. A lot of people do not read the pinned post. In May's group, her pinned post is about her giveaway or her contest for that month. My pinned post is more about the rules and what's expected and things like that. So I like everyone to read the pinned post when they first come in. And this is something else. When you see the little blue see more, please click that. On any post you're interested in, there may be more information and say see more. So I'm gonna click the see more, and here's my first rule is be nice and help others when asking. Like my rules are really pretty easy. And I also have links to other things in